Call this Board of Works meeting to order. If you have cell phones, I'd ask that you would turn them off or onto silent mode. Note for the record, it is after 9, a little bit after 9, and so no more quotes or bids will be accepted after this point. Let's start with roll call. Nancy?
Good morning. Thank you, Mike. Andy Jones,
Present.
Rose Rivera,
Present.
Mike Macklin,
Present.
and noting Andrew Kreider is absent today, and there is one vacancy on the Board of Works. Thank you.
Could I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Could I have a motion to amend the agenda to include economic development grant under new business for Friends of the Learner?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second on amendment. All those in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All those in favor of the amended agenda signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Bids and quotes, I understand we have none.
None received.
None received. Good enough. Minutes. Could I have Andy, you'll probably need to sign this. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented from the March 17th meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. How about a motion to approve claim and allowance docket totaling $6,602,342.45, consisting of 38 pages, prepared 3/31/26.
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second. Good morning.
Good morning, welcome back.
Thank you.
Christy Wendorf, Controller. I'll just point out the two highest claims we had was Elkhart, the County Convention and Visitors Bureau. The first one was for 60,000. That was the marketing downtown A&E district. And the second was the same Elkhart County Convention and Visitors Bureau, but for 160,000. That expenditure was for the Cassopolis Street Corridor Exit Study. Total payroll for the period, $4,077,123.03. All total claims, $6,602,342.45.
So you may not know the answer to this, but we're now going to study the entrance after we rebuilt it.
I do not know the answer.
Just a question. Okay. Good enough. Other questions for Christy? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Could I have a motion to ratify partial payment number 1 in the amount of $113,080 to Steny Excavating from the allocated SRF loan for construction on the Oakland Tank Project C?
Mike, you're skipping over the administration items there. The Avon Marsh PSA amendment should be the first item there. Did we?
Sorry.
We out of
Just
out of
jumped
order?
over that. Well, I jumped over a bunch. What happened? Okay, let me back up.
You're out of practice, sir.
There it is. Number 1. Could I have a motion to authorize Board Vice President to execute amendment number 1 to the professional services agreement with Avon Marsh for on-call land surveying services through the end of the year?
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second. Jeff?
And I apologize, this memo, the timing was bad. This memo should have read the board president or board vice president, should have been the motion. Since you're back, Mr. Macklin. Very briefly, this is just a continuation of our on-call surveying contract with Avon Marsh. It works out very well. Whenever we need surveying services, they provide us a proposal, fixed fee proposal. We make sure it's within the budget and we move forward. Most of the time, those proposals are on the order of $3,000 or $4,000.
And it, like, how fast do they get to them?
We normally get a response from them within about 4 to 6 weeks. They're very responsive.
Okay, great. Any other questions for Jeff? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. How about so I assume you mean the board approval as opposed to the mayor approval?
No, the, the way this process works is the board recommends to the mayor that the mayor approves the disposition and asks the council to move. It's a little bit
Okay.
funky in state law.
Okay. Could I have a motion to recommend to the mayor to approve the disposal of real property commonly known as 1015 East Jackson Boulevard and legally described as Lot 1 Clips Minor subdivision subject to public hearing and authorize board secretary to publish notice of public hearing to be held at the Board of Works on May 5th.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. So do you have the hearing before you have the council approval?
Yes, that's correct. So it's a little clunky the way this works, and I will say Brian Kress did a good job with this to make sure we follow the proper procedures. So the Board of Public Works recommends that the mayor's determines that the parcel is not needed anymore, and then the board holds a public hearing to also confirm that, and then we can offer it for sale, and it's just kind of a multi-step process. So we are taking the first step. This is something that was on your agenda previously that the mayor asked us to pull and not act on until we, the engineering staff, had a chance to kind of discuss with him to make sure he fully understood what the consequences were, both good and bad. This parcel was acquired while the River District properties were being acquired. The reason it was acquired is basically was for sale, and the city has oftentimes looked at this intersection for future improvements. And so what we've done here, and this happened a number of years ago, we split the lawn area to the west of the house from the house. Any improvements that we would do at that intersection would be in that lawn area. The house itself would not be affected. So this is working to put the house back on the market, on the tax rolls. The house apparently is still in very good condition, and we believe we'll have a number of interested buyers. So we're just asking for the board to allow us to take the first step, which is for the mayor, recommend that the mayor sign off on this and that we proceed with the public hearing.
Great. Other questions?
Mhm.
Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Could a motion to approve the specifications, grant permission to advertise quote number 26-10 Mishawaka Road and Pleasant Plain Avenue pedestrian crossing project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. What's this, Jeff? Oh, I'm sorry, Mark.
Morning, Mark Lucas, Public Works. This would install curb ramps, curb and gutter, and accessible pedestrian signals at Mishawaka Road and Pleasant Plain.
I like the idea, except I don't see any sidewalks to connect.
So Street Department is going to mill and pave Pleasant Plain and the intersection, and then they're going to connect sidewalk to the north up Pleasant Plain later this summer. And then we're looking to hopefully connect sidewalk to the west along Mishawaka to Carriage House Apartments, but we need to survey that to check some potential drainage issues before we do that. Jason Abel, head of traffic, actually brought this to engineering He's observed several people crossing 3 lanes of traffic, hopping over a raised median and noticed the need for a safe pedestrian crossing here.
Okay. Good enough, thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Oh, Oakland Tank. Is that where we are now? Oh, okay. Could I have a motion to ratify partial payment request number 1 in amount of $113,080 to CNE Excavating from the allocated SRF loan for construction on Oakland Tank Project C.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Jeff?
Project C is the Harrison Street reconstruction and sewer separation. Also the large diameter sanitary sewer, gravity sewer that leads from the downtown project out to the new tank. That project is obviously underway. This is the first payment authorization. I can answer any other questions.
No surprises yet?
No, hit a few kind of weird water services that we're dealing with as we go along. But other than that, had really good working relationship with the businesses and keeping everybody open and operating.
Okay. All righty. Other questions for Jeff? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Done. Are we? Yeah. Could I have a motion to accept, place on file the
We have
water?
partial payment 32, sorry, up one.
My fingers are too slippery. Motion to ratify partial payment 32 in the amount of $122,463 to CNE Excavating from SRF loan WW221620005 for construction of Oakland Avenue Force Main Phase A project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second.
Opposite end of the perspective, this is Project A, which is the Indiana Avenue reconstruction. We are very much wrapping that project up right now. A little bit of landscaping, some sod. We added some traffic signs recently. So getting ready to close that project out and be done with it completely.
Right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. So a motion to accept, place on file the wastewater utility MRO for February of 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Good morning.
Good morning, Don Neff, Public Works. For the February MRO for wastewater, we had a daily average flow of just over 10 million gallons a day with a monthly flow of 286 million gallons. We stayed well below limits, and we did have one incident report filed, which was a sewer backup of 62 gallons. It was a blockage in the main they believe was grease. They cleared it.
Could you, I mean, appreciate that. Good work. Could you give me a summary? I wasn't here. I heard that the digester tent blew up. Could you give us an overview of that?
Sure, not a problem. I'm going to jump in on that if you don't mind. So yes, on Saturday, I believe, March 27th, I believe was the date, 27th or 28th, I forget, which was Saturday. And we're still investigating the incident. We did have the roof of digester 3, which is a plastic membrane, a TPO membrane, did rupture and failed, and happened at approximately 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. We are still fully investigating the incident. At the time it happened, the fire department did respond, did not determine at the moment that there was any public safety concerns, and the scene was cleared by about 11:30 that morning. We did have two people working on that side of the plant. We had someone in the lab, and we also had someone, I believe, working in the dewatering building, but there were no injuries. And other than the dome itself, very limited to no damage to any other of the infrastructure. So we did lose the dome. We are kind of doing our internal analysis of what happened right now. We don't quite yet have a full accounting of what happened, or we haven't yet determined the exact cause. We feel that we're getting pretty close, but we're not quite there yet. So we continue to work through that.
Can it be patched?
No, we pretty much had a complete failure of it. The inner dome especially tore near the base almost completely off. So unfortunately, it's not going to be a patching situation. It's going to be a replacement situation. And the mayor's aware of that. The council's aware of that. We're not sure yet how we're going to handle the funding on that. That's something that I'm starting to work with the chief of staff on.
And did we already advise the insurance company about it?
We are working on advising the insurance company this week. Brian Kress was out of the country when it happened, and so he's preparing the memo that will go through legal and through our risk management team at the HR to notify the insurance company of the result.
Okay, other questions?
Mm-mm.
Thanks for the update. Could I have a motion to award contract for quote 2606 on-call utility excavation to Cini Excavating and Premium Concrete Services, who submitted the lowest responsible quote, with Cini being preferred contractor for emergency utility and Premium for scheduled utility excavations?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second.
So board, if you recall, we did a request for quotes for both emergency utility excavation, scheduled excavation, and we received 3 quotes. We always intended that we would award multiple contracts here, and we notified the contractors of that. Because we know sometimes, especially in an emergency situation, one contractor might not be able to respond. So you can see based on the quotes we got that Cini is our preferred contractor in an emergency situation, and Premium would be our preferred contractor in a scheduled situation. The emergency situation is the most likely scenario would be a water main break or multiple water main breaks happening during the winter. Our crew is tied up on one break. We need someone to come in a matter of hours to work on another break. The scheduled would be the same thing. Our crews are overstretched, and that's a 7-day notice. So we're scheduling them out 7 days to come in. And that's why it's a day rate. They basically provide the materials, the labor, the equipment, or the labor and the equipment to excavate down to a maximum of 8 feet, let us do the work we need to do, and then backfill properly. In the scheduled situation, they're responsible for the utility locates. In the emergency situation, they'll also be responsible, but we'll work with them on that.
Okay. So they're both the lowest. I didn't understand that when I read it the first time, but so you're saying that if Cini's busy, you'll then go to the next lowest in an emergency then?
That's correct. Yep, we'll reach out to Cini first. They, as part of the contract, they provide us with a 24/7 phone number. Whoever that unfortunate person is, we'll reach out to them. They have 2 hours to respond. And if they say, hey, we can't do it, then we'll reach out to Premium.
Okay, great. All those in favor, or any other questions for Jeff?
No.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Excuse me, Mike.
Yeah,
We need to back up and vote on the MRO. At the conclusion of discussion, we forgot to grab a vote on accepting that and placing it on file.
okay. All those in favor of placing the
Wastewater.
wastewater MRO report on file signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. Um, Could I have a motion to award each line item to the lowest responsible bidder for each item in the revised 2026 utility material bid number 26-02 as shown on the bid tab summary?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Were they all responsive?
Yes, they were all responsive. The biggest change here, you're hearing a lot from me today because all of our staff that have school-age children are on spring break. So that's why you get a lot of Jeff today. What happened here is Everett J. Prescott or EJP, in their bid price that they gave us for the utility materials bids last December and January, did not include shipping and handling, which is specifically required in the construction documents or in the bidding documents. So the first time we ordered from them, they said, oh, here's the price. Here's our bid price, but now here's also our shipping and handling. That actually puts them above some of the suppliers that included shipping and handling. So we need to do a revised award to just to recognize that, and that's what we're doing. So we're
I'm concerned with this
okay.
because it also then allows them to theoretically go, oh, I can get more money on all of these items. Not
Well,
on all
no,
of-
we did not rebid this. These are the same
I know.
bids.
That's my point.
Mhm.
Should you have rebid because they could say their shipping and handling on half the items were still below the other bidders?
No, what we're actually doing is eliminating EJ Prescott for those items that they bid improperly.
Oh, I see you awarded some to them, so they had shipping and handling.
Yes, there were some items that were proper, but the rest of them correct. So we're just going back to the lowest bid.
Okay,
The proper bid, correct. Yep. Yeah, we were not allowing them just to kind of sneak some things in.
okay,
So, but I understand the concern.
all right, okay. Other questions for Jeff?
Just real quick, what is a Mach 10 R900i 8-inch that costs $12,800 each?
I do not know offhand.
It's a cruise missile that'll be.
I mean, I hope we don't need too many of those.
Yeah. Oh, Tim's gonna actually.
All right.
Tim Reeser, Assistant Director. So that's a 12-inch Mach 10 is what you asked for. So it's a 12-inch water meter. Mach 10 is Neptune's ultrasonic, so they have no moving parts. It is a 12-inch open chamber water meter, and it is now the industry standard for large diameter meters. It does replace the old standard, which was a compound meter, which was basically 2 meters stuffed into 1 meter body. So it was able to accommodate high flow activity and low flow activity, so such as filling tanks and flushing a stool simultaneously. These new Mach 10s, there's no risk of damaging parts from anything that enters the water stream, and they can also achieve low flow accountability down to, I believe, a gallon a minute.
So those go in what, for industrial?
Those are for
Use only, not?
Yeah, 12-inch meters. I think there's 2 in the
You can
entire.
put one in, Andy, but that minimum bill shoots up pretty high.
Fine.
Yeah, so we are shifting. We're now stocking nothing but Mach 10 meters.
Okay.
So now all meter changes, no matter the size, whether it's 5/8 all the way up to 12-inch, are going to be Mach 10s.
Oh, really?
Yep, and then the R900i is just the method in which we read it.
Mhm.
It's got the I stands for integrated. The R900 is the radio frequency. We use the 900 megahertz frequency
Mhm.
for the meters to communicate back to us. So it just has an embedded radio rather than the old external radios that used to attach to the outside of homes. So we don't have to attach those and run wires back to the meters. It's just all integrated into the meter body now.
So all those ones we put in a couple, 4 or 5 years ago?
Those are still operating correctly. We're just not stocking those anymore. We're just now buying Mach 10s.
And have we completed the changeover to the new collection system?
We have about 2,000 meters left, and we're starting to get into some of those where it's becoming very difficult to secure appointments. So we will be shifting to another means to secure those appointments. But
Shutting
yes.
off.
we're almost done.
Okay, good work.
Thanks, Tim.
So yeah, that's why it costs more than your first car.
Yeah.
Dinner costs more than my first car nowadays, so
Say,
saying. All righty, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I guess, have a motion to approve the 2026 spring water main flushing schedule.
So moved.
Second.
Motion in a second.
Board members, there should be a map in your packet. This is basically the schedule that we normally follow. We start downtown on a Sunday, and then move out from downtown, accounting for Mother's Day and that sort of thing.
Great. Would, I mean, I assume you also do a press release, but it's
Yes.
important for the public to avoid doing laundry when they're flushing at your area or on either side, or else you will have a new fashionable rust-colored
Mm-hmm.
garment.
Yeah, we will work with the mayor's office to get the press release out.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Could I have a motion to approve the modification to the existing industrial wastewater discharge permit for McDowell Enterprises to extend the expiration date by 31 calendar days from April 18th, 26 to May 19th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second.
Hi, good morning, Board. Dara Deegan, Public Works. So McDowell Enterprises permit, industrial wastewater discharge permit is set to expire on April 18th. We've received a renewal application from McDowell, and we're still working through that. So we need essentially 31 days. And we'll bring it back to the board, the renewal application back to the board on May 19th for your review and approval.
Is she under a consent decree still? Are they under a consent decree?
Currently not, no. She has had some violations recently, but she's not under consent decree.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have could I have a motion to approve to delist industrial wastewater discharge permit 200501 and issue a non-significant categorical industrial permit number 2026-01 to Service Specialist of Elkhart doing business as Lifco on Reedy Drive.
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second.
Liftco is going to be reclassified, or we're looking for approval from you to reclassify them. They no longer wish to discharge their industrial waste to us. They produce a low volume of waste, and they've determined that it's more feasible for them to just haul it off-site as opposed to discharging it to the city. So they're going from a significant industrial user to a non-significant categorical industrial user, which basically means they won't have as stringent of requirements, but will continue to monitor in the future.
So does that include them having to track those elements so that they don't suddenly, and I'm not talking about Lifco, and we've done a number of these lately, so that we're certain that the stuff is being off-sited and not
Yeah,
accidentally dumped anywhere.
yeah, that's part of it. So when we do our reviews, we'll be looking at their manifests essentially, on an annual review of them. We'll also do a little bit of monitoring as well. We're not going to give up monitoring, just like an annual monitor as opposed to like monthly or quarterly.
Okay,
So,
great. Thank you.
Yep.
Other questions for Dara on this issue? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a motion to approve the modification of the existing industrial wastewater discharge permit for More Ride International, permit number 2017-01.
So moved.
Second.
so this one is, just a very simple permit modification. Morite International Stainless Drive is expanding their facility. They're not changing or expanding their discharge to the city. They're just basically upgrading their facilities. We need to reflect that in their permit. It's a requirement, so we're doing that. And then also just updating some permit language related to the new ordinance that was passed last year. So just some real quick modifications on this request.
All righty. Other questions? Stainless, where's Stainless Drive? Is that up off of Genewood? Back.
Good.
Oh, okay. Cool. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Could have a motion to ratify the following items. So 1, 2, 3, 3 water assessments, 3 sewer assessments, 5 driveway permits, 3 driveway or release of bonds, and 1 revocable permit.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Are we ready to act on the tabled item? No. Leave this item tabled. Collective bargaining agreement with the Teamsters. I guess I don't see a cover memo, so I would guess that we need a motion to approve the Teamster Local Union 364 Collective Bargaining Agreement, valid through December 31st of 2028.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Hey, Wayne?
Good morning, Wayne Belak, Director of Human Resources. The Teamsters Collective Bargaining Agreement has been negotiated on behalf of the city by myself, Maggie Marnoka as counsel, and Megan Irwin as chief of staff. Essentially, this particular agreement doesn't have any increases in any of the wages or any of the different specialty pays. There were 2 changes in the agreement, one dealing with lunch period, allowing the bargaining unit members to have 2 paid 15-minute breaks, which can be used consecutively. They currently had 1 15-minute paid break. And then also effective in 2027, currently bargaining unit members got a $350 allowance for boot, shoes, and clothing, and another $100 allowance for other clothing. Those are going to be combined just into one allowance going forward. So it's no net cost to the city, but it allows more flexibility given, the different types of things, equipment and clothing employees would need. But other than that, it's essentially a rollover except for those two changes. We did add in this agreement, as we did in AFSCME and some of the others, the 1 day of bereavement leave for aunt, uncle, niece, nephew. And that is going to be added across the board for the city. But that's about it, unless you have any other questions or unless Maggie wants to add something.
Just clarification, knowing from history, the clothing allowance does not cover their actual working wear, they all have uniform rental as well. So they're
Correct.
not expected to be able to provide all their work clothes for that amount. It's
That
more
is
for
correct.
outerwear, rainwear, or is that considered PPE?
Yeah, you can answer that.
Some things are and some things aren't. Like, this amount covers boots, shoes, footwear. In some of the positions, like their shoes get soaking wet. And so or their boots, they'll want a couple of pairs, so they always have a dry pair, that kind of thing. Or or I guess they've used them for socks, so they get the heavy duty type of sock. So it goes to footwear. Some of the outerwear is different. I mean, it's already provided by the city.
Okay, like Carhartt's is provided by.
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Good work, you guys.
Thank you.
Guess I need a motion to authorize the city to enter into an agreement with Newby, Lewis, Comiskey and Jones LLP for the purpose above and authorize Corporation Council to execute it.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. What is this for?
This is for Corporation Counsel to be able to hire the law firm of Newby, Lewis, Kaminsky and Jones to provide sort of outside counsel services with regards to
Oh,
this lawsuit.
okay. I missed that when I scanned it. Okay. All righty. And then I assume they have the money for this. Great. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Let's see, transfer, collective agreement. Bit of a motion to yeah. Motion to approve Board of Works Resolution 26-R-03, resolution to dispose of surplus property.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, and it looks like it is fire department property. Is that right? Who sent this?
Good morning, everyone. Rodney Dale, Fire Chief.
Hey, Chief.
Hope everybody's doing okay on this beautiful November morning. Was it April? Okay. The Elkhart Fire Department requests the board's approval of the bid documents prepared for the advertisement of bid 2610.
Time out. Time out. This is for disposal of property.
Resolution.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Do you have a copy of that memo?
It looks like it's maybe related to the bid.
So this is the first step. This resolution dispose of the surplus property.
Okay, whereas the Board of Public Works of the City of Elkhart, Indiana has determined the fire department no longer needs the items of personal property on the attached exhibit, and such items are surplus properties.
Oh, so this is just to trade in or get rid of the Quint when you buy
Correct.
a new one?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I thought you guys had all this. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was supposed to read that portion of it. My apologies. But I do have that in mind.
Okay. Okay. Good enough. All those in favor of approving this resolution on surplus property signify by saying
I didn't
aye.
realize that's what it was.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Now, how about memo to motion to approve and advertise bid number 2610
Yes,
for the sale, and this is all just a sale of a Quint?
correct.
Okay,
And my apologies again. I didn't realize I was supposed to read that first portion, but I do.
you're fine, you're fine. So that, I need a motion
So moved.
Second.
and a second. What are we doing, chief?
We're going to sell our 2017 Quint fire apparatus. We want the bids to start at $600,000 and hopefully quickly.
Question, where's that currently stored?
It is actually in, it's currently being stored, I believe, at Station 3 at this point. It's been moved around. So if it's not.
So
at
it's not the one at the airport?
No, I don't think, not at this point. It has been out at the airport.
Okay.
We've been moving them around, so
Okay, I knew there was a,
my
so there was a
building
backup.
guy is in here right now. So
I knew there was a backup apparatus there, so
yeah,
will that, once this happens, will you need that space anymore?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good, thanks.
Yeah. We've got some spare stuff we've been shuffling around, just to clarify. That's why Andy's at.
We have another one? Another Quint?
We have a Quint. No, we don't have another Quint. We have one Quint that we're looking to get rid of. A Quint is,
Are we going to replace it?
yes, we've ordered a tiller. A Quint, just to let you guys know, a Quint is a 75-foot ladder. It's kind of a half ladder, half fire engine. A fire engine is an attack apparatus. A ladder truck is for, ventilation type, search and rescue type stuff. The Quint is not fitting into what we want to do strategically. So we're getting rid of the Quint. We've ordered a tiller ladder truck. We're going to send truck 16 when the new Station 6 is ready. That's going to go out to Station 6 until the tiller arrives. Once the tiller arrives, that'll come to Central Fire Station. What we presently have at Central Fire Station will go out to the new Station 6, and truck 16 will be our backup ladder. You guys stay with me on that. So the Quint is just extra apparatus. We don't want to keep things hanging around just to keep them. So
Smart. All righty. I think I understand. All those in favor
yeah,
of advertising and approving bid number 26-10 signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks, chief.
all right, awesome. Thanks, you guys. Take care.
I'm backed up. One of you guys can make motions too.
Oh. Okay. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve using Verigy for any guaranteed energy savings contract the city chooses to proceed with.
Second.
Motion in a second. Jeff? Good morning.
Good morning, board. This really allows us to choose this contractor out of the 19 approved in the state to do a guaranteed energy savings contract. Going with them, this will allow us to now make the magic happen and choose what projects and where.
So this says any project. I'm used to seeing these come one at a time. So are you looking at projects for this?
We have some in mind in some locations, but this contractor will come back to us with what they recommend and with what specific guaranteed energy savings if we do those projects. So they give us a whole list to pick and choose from, and then the city will decide which one's going forward and bring it back to you.
Okay. All righty. Other questions for Jeff? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the event face painting contract with Creative Face Painting by Diana for the Elkhart Environmental Center.
Second.
Motion and a second. Seems self-explanatory. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks, Jeff.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the Uniform Conflicts of Interest Disclosure Statement filed by Blaine Leclerc.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Permit Development Services to request quotes for property maintenance, RFQ number 26-09.
Second.
Motion and a second. Hi, Jacob, what is this?
Morning, Board. Jacob Wolgmuth, Development Services. This is our annual quote process for property maintenance for the buildings and grounds properties that they do not themselves maintain.
Is there a lot?
I don't have the exact number. I want to say it's around 20.
20? All righty. And this was in your budget.
This is in the economic budget.
Cool. Other questions for Jacob? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thanks, Jacob.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the city's annual agreement with the municipal band. It looks like it is in the amount of $65,000.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the purchase of a Ford F-550 550 with nap hide chipper body by our city's fleet manager through Sourcewell.
Second.
Motion and a second. Josh, how are we doing?
Good morning, Board. Josh Holt from the Central Garage. This is just a replacement for an old unit that we're getting rid of. It's a chipper truck for buildings and grounds that they hook the chipper machine to and it blows the chips into it.
There's not a chipper on the truck. It's
No, it's right. It's just like a truck with a big box on it.
When they said chipper, I'm like, well, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
All righty. Getting a lot of work here lately, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Other questions for Josh? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Board.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Board of Works Resolution 26-R-04, a resolution of the Board of Public Works of the State of Elkhart, Indiana to establish certain positions for the calendar year of 2026.
Second.
Motion and a second. Hello, Tim.
Good morning, Tim Reeser, Assistant Director. One of the changes that occurred with the adoption of the Teamsters contract was the removal of the service department. So the service department, they are employees of the water utility, and they're the ones that are responsible for entering people's homes or places of business to assist and install the water meters, like the $12,000 piece of equipment.
12,800.
Yes. So they have been non-paying members of the union for quite some time, and they were negotiated out of the contract this year. So the revision to the wage resolution is to create a service manager position, which is going to be under the union contract. He was a crew leader who was going to come into a salaried position as the service manager. And then our service technicians in the union contract were meter service technicians. In the salary position, they're just going to be called service technicians. And these positions are subject to overtime. They do participate in a on-call rotation for emergency needs of the public. So the service technician position will be eligible for overtime on top of their base pay. And then they are going to be eligible for a $37 per day on-call stipend. That each day that they're on call, so it's not going to apply to all of them all at once. It's just when they participate in that 1 week that they're on call, they will get $37 per day added to their paycheck for being on call. The rate of pay that they're coming into the salary position mirrors exactly what they were making as a union employee. So it is their base rate plus any applicable certification rates that they currently held. So that's what they're coming into these as. We've assigned them the pay grades that align closely with their positions based on the WIS evaluations and existing positions. So that's really all that's changing with the wage resolution.
Okay. And I guess there were no increases in any positions this year, right?
Correct. None of the existing salaried employees received wage increases, and the employees coming out of the union contract into the salaried positions also did not get wage increases coming into these new roles.
Okay. The maximum didn't increase, but their actual pay within the range won't change either. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. And you said they were non-paying union members?
That is correct.
So they didn't want to be in the union?
They did not want to be in the union, and they have been trying to, they have been working with the union reps themselves, trying to get out of the union. And the negotiation period was the most opportune time for them to do so. And they were negotiated out.
Okay.
Question.
Ready?
Just question. The $37 on-call pay, obviously they need to carry the phone, be ready to go in if they need to. If they get called in and then they're earning what, how many hours minimum?
So there is no minimum because they're salaried employees. They get paid for what they work.
Okay.
So if they come in for an hour, they get 1 hour of overtime.
Do they still earn the $37 on call?
Yeah, the $37 stipend is just for being on call. And so the difference being under the union contract that if they were called in for 15 minutes, they got a 2-hour minimum. This, with them being salaried, they only are going to get paid for what they actually work. And our 24/7 operations staff keeps very detailed records of when staff is called out and when staff returns back. So the timing of those will be very easy to keep track of and apply to their timesheets. And for the fractional hours or anything, we will follow the city's rule of rounding. And I think that's 6.5 is 15 minutes either way. So we'll follow the city's rounding rules on that.
Yeah. We just had a meeting about, not salaried, non-exempt employees keeping careful track of those hours. So.
Yep.
All righty.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
Other questions, insights? Seeing none? Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Public participation, a reminder if you amended item, grant.
Economic development grant.
All righty.
Mhm.
Let's see, requesting permission to proceed purchase. Oop, wrong one. Could I have a motion to approve $5,000 economic development income tax grant to the Friends of the Learner to support One More Chance event performance at the Learner Theater?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Aye.
Good morning, Carl Thompson, General Manager of the Learner Theater, just here to answer any questions that you might have.
Well, why don't you tell us what this is? Tell the public.
So basically, in partnership with the Friends of the Learner and Be Blessed Productions, we're on behalf of George Bostic Jr., we're requesting the amount of $5,000 to be used for rental fees for the Learner Theater for the play that's an original play that he has written and will be producing at the Learner Theater on May 9th of this year.
This is, you said rental fees, so this is, the city is renting the Learner from itself?
It's being in partnership with the Friends of the Learner. The funding is going to the Friends of the Learner who are sponsoring this event, and then they will be paying for the cost of the rental.
Okay.
Is this a Premier Arts performance?
It's not. It's a production company called Be Blessed Productions, which is managed by George Bostic Jr.
Mm-hmm. Where are they from?
Elkhart.
Oh.
They're a new company, and this is an original production that he's written. I actually have the script right here in front of me.
Oh, how exciting.
It is, yeah.
So does every event that come in pay a rental fee?
Yes, sir. So virtually all, unless it's a city event, we don't really charge rental fees for city departments, but any sort of outside rentals or nonprofit partners pay a predetermined rental fee. And this amount covers that as well as our hard costs, as we call them, which include staffing. And I have the itemized summary here if you have additional questions. The rent is $1,200.
Okay, because I'm just going through my mind. It's really not a city event. City is just helping out with the.
Correct. The city is helping out the Friends of the Learner and Be Blessed Productions, which is the name of the production company who is presenting this original presentation at the Learner on May 9.
Okay, great. Thank you, Paul.
Great.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Now, anybody in the chamber wish to have, participate in public comment or input? Participation.
Certainly, Stephen. I want to introduce Stephen Miller. He is our engineering project manager. He comes to us with a number of years of experience putting pipes in the ground, just different pipes in the ground. So I'll let him explain that, but he's been with us now for 2 weeks. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes, Steve Miller, many decades in the telecommunications industry and having lived in multiple locations across the United States.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
welcome to Elkhart.
Nice to have you on board.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right. Anyone else wish to speak in the chamber? Seeing none, anyone online wish to speak? Now I will remind you that in order to speak online, you do have to be visible, not just audible. Seeing none, favorite motion of the day, Rose.
Some, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second. We are adjourned.